I was born in a small coastal town, surrounded by the sounds of merchants, prayer bells, and the distant rhythm of the ocean. My childhood was simple, filled with stories of honor, truth, and gods who demanded virtue above all. Yet, I was not born courageous. I was shy, afraid of the dark, and terrified of speaking my mind. When I was just a boy, my parents arranged my marriage, a custom of our time. I did not yet understand love, but I understood duty, and duty would become the compass that guided me, even when the road was harsh. As a young man, I left my homeland to study law. It was the first time I had ever seen snow, or the towering stone buildings of England. I tried to dress like a gentleman, speak like one too, but beneath the suit and hat, I remained a stranger, brown-skinned, uncertain, invisible in a sea of pale faces. After my studies, I traveled to another distant land, South Africa, to work. It was there that I learned what it truly meant to be seen, not as a man, but as something less. I still remember the sting of humiliation when I was thrown off a train, my only crime being the color of my skin. That night, sitting alone in a cold station, I made a silent promise. Never again would I allow fear to silence me. That was the day my voice was born. I began to organize, to speak for those who had none. We fought not with weapons, but with truth, something stronger than any sword. I called it Satyagraha, holding firmly to truth. It became the foundation of everything I would ever do. Years later, I returned to my homeland. The streets I had once walked as a timid boy were now filled with poverty, hunger, and foreign rule. My people were silent, not because they agreed, but because they had forgotten the sound of their own courage. I knew then that my life was no longer my own. I gave up my fine clothes for a simple piece of cloth. I learned to spin thread, to live humbly, and to listen deeply. I walked barefoot across villages, listening to farmers, weavers, and mothers who prayed for freedom. I told them that freedom would not come from blood, but from unity, patience, and love. Many laughed. Some called me mad. Yet the madness spread. I led marches that stretched for miles, men and women, rich and poor, all walking together towards something greater than themselves. When they struck us, we did not strike back. When they imprisoned us, we sang. And when they took away our salt, we walked 240 miles to make our own, a grain that became a symbol of defiance. The world began to watch. Empires trembled at the sight of unarmed men who refused to bow. But victory has its price. I watched my country divide in pain, brother against brother, blood staining the land I loved. I prayed for peace, even as chaos surrounded me. And when hate came for me, I greeted it not with anger, but with forgiveness. My body fell, but my spirit did not. You see, my life was never about power or fame. It was about a simple idea, that one person, standing firmly in truth and love, can move an entire nation. My name is Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, but the world remembers me by another name, Mahatma.